This one game, I scored 6 goals. It was nuts, and I have to tell you, no one was more surprised about this change than me. Now, I created this program because, honestly, hockey has always been my passion. But when I was 15, I faced this pretty bad truth. I wasn't very good. I was stuck in U16 single A, and I just was kind of a third level, replacement level guy. And I wasn't having a whole lot of success. But then I'll never forget, my dad got this video, Brett Hull's shooting and scoring, and he brought home a shooting pad and a net for me to use outside. And I don't know what it was, but I just loved that thing. I loved being outside, shooting pucks, just spending hours out there. It seemed to like consume my entire summer after sophomore year going into junior year. So I didn't think too much about it, but when I went back to play that junior year, I could not believe the change that happened. I was like a third line, middle of the pack player when I was a sophomore. That junior year, I finished second in the league in scoring. And it was all off of the shot that I developed over the summer. This one game, I scored 6 goals. It was nuts. And I have to tell you, no one was more surprised about this change than me. My shot, it seemed to make all of the difference in the world. I won MVP for my team that year. And then the next year, after my junior season, I decided to try out for juniors, even though I'd never played AAA hockey in my life. And I made the team, and I led the team in scoring and goals, and we went to nationals. And I remember thinking to myself, is this just from my shot? I mean, 2 years before this, I was struggling to stand out in U16 single A. Not junior A, U16 single A midget hockey. It was and now here I was, couldn't believe the change. But if I'm being perfectly honest, I think a lot of people don't love shooting hockey pucks as much as me. And a lot of the times when you're standing outside just shooting pucks by yourself, it can kind of feel like a chore. You have to find all the motivation for yourself to do different shots. You have to be creative. You have to spend some time out there. And in the days that you're not really feeling it, it's just kind of boring. Hell, maybe you've got a shooting pad and a net out back in your garage or maybe downstairs in the basement. But how many times are you actually going out there leveling up your shot? I mean, really, is it just sitting down there collecting dust? Or are you actually out there every day grinding and getting better? I created this program because it's what I wish I had when I was 15, 16 years old. What I wanted was something that made the game fun, something that was enjoyable, something that I look forward to. And that's what this program is meant to do. See, the whole point of the program is that you set up your phone next to your shooting pad, next to where you shoot, and you go through the workouts with me. Now, here's something I promise. You're going to take so many shots in this program that your shot has to get better. I mean, I could be the worst teacher in the entire world, but if you take 6,000 shots along with me with this program, your shot's going to get better. And I promise it's going to be fun. I've spent literally 20 years of my life shooting pucks outside my driveway, and I know what works and what doesn't. I'm really excited to share this program with you, and if you do the drills alongside, I promise your shot will get better. You need to realize that these videos are workouts to follow along with. You're going to need to set up your phone or laptop next to your shooting pad, net, and bucket of pucks, and follow along with me as I practice. Alright everybody, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of how this is going to work. I'm going to explain to you a shot, and I'm going to go through all of the cues that I think are the most important to get the shot right. Now, when I say cues, what I mean is things like stepping with your outside foot, pulling with your top hand, or pointing your feet towards the net when you shoot. Now see, the thing that I've realized is that when you actually go to practice, you forget a ton of these cues. One of the ones that set me back for years was when I pointed my feet towards the puck instead of towards the net. And that sounds so obvious in retrospect, but in my mind, I thought I was doing every single thing right. I was just missing that one thing. So how we're gonna get around that is first, I'm going to explain to you all of the cues. Then when we go to practice, we're only gonna focus on one cue per shot that we work on. So for example, one of the first shots that we might work on is a snapshot off of your outside foot. I might say something like, keep the puck on the toe of your blade as you shoot. That really gives you a lot more power. Go through each of these cues systematically. And by the end of it, you'll figure out which ones really work for you and which ones really don't. You'll also be able to see all of the cues that other players thought were the most effective to help them out. You're gonna do 1 minute of shooting and then 30 seconds of break. And during that 1 minute, you're going to make sure that you focus on just that one cue that I pointed out for you to remember. No, I won't lie to you, this is pretty tiring. For people who haven't shot a lot of pucks, this ends up being a pretty tough workout. But if you keep shooting, you'll get used to it, and then your results will improve dramatically. So grab your phone, set it up next to where you shoot pucks, and let's get after it.